Naomba tuketi. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Thank you very much. Bishop Ogwada and Bishop Mrs. Ogwada, the clergy, makasisi na wachungaji wale wako hapa, my dearest colleague and neighbor, Governor Gladys Nyasuna Wanga, who is also my party chair. I am glad to be here. I would have wished that I would be part of this conference for longer. I had planned to be elsewhere at 11 o'clock in another conference at a place called Agongo. My bishop there is also the bishop of Dr. Pamela. Bishop Nyamburo had invited me to Maranatha. We ought to have been there with my county secretary. But when Governor Wanga said she would be here, mimi nikapanga nije hapa. So thank you very much, Governor Wanga, for inviting, for your invitation and coming here. I had planned to sneak here unannounced at a different time, but I have really enjoyed myself. My other half, I know Mr. Young had indicated that you are not our halves, but allow me to continue in my spoilt way. My other half will be fully here tomorrow on our behalf as I visit another place. I was touched by your sermon. In fact, I was about to go there and apologize to my bishop, Bishop Nyamburo, but again, I will be going there. I have heard what you have said. In my belief and practice, I am a honorary woman. I've always been a honorary woman. I still am a honorary woman, and I believe in the centrality and importance of women in human life and in life in general. I believe creation continues, and it continues through women. I believe that it is women who bring us up, who teach us the basics, and who continue to support us. And you cannot succeed without the support, advice, and love of a woman. So today's presentation by my very good friend was very inspiring when he talked about the virtuous woman. I've learned that, and as a honorary woman, I'll keep it. I'll also be a virtuous honorary woman. So thank you very much for what you taught us today. I'm happy to be here. I just want to say one thing, and then I invite my sister, because I want to say one thing before I invite my sister. But I've been requested to also allow my fellow politicians, elected members of the county assembly who are here, to stand where they are so that it is known that they are here. They are also very virtuous ladies. Tuko hapa na mheshimiwa mwakilishi wetu kwa jimbo hili, mwakilishi wetu wa this ward, ako pale anaitwa Abito Nyaruasio, that's her political name, and she's our representative here elected. Alipigana na wanaume wengi akawashinda. Asante sana, najua utapata nafasi. Tuko hapa na our specially elected, Mrs. Masaga. She's specially elected from this sub-county or constituency. Yako na sisi hapa. She's also a very powerful lady. I have my fellow servants here, appointees of Migori County, watumishi wa watu wa Migori, wherever you are, hebu simameni, wako hapa. Asanteni sana. Those are colleagues with whom we serve. I said I wanted to just make one point in agreement with Dr. Young. I found myself many years ago, I think it was 1999 or 2000, in a plane with the late Raila Odinga. We had left Nairobi to go for a fundraiser somewhere in Limuru in support of a congregation led by Bishop Dr. Kabarabara. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing the name correctly. And we decided to have a chartered plane, first to go to Kericho to do some fundraising that had been requested by the late Kipkalia Kones. So it was a small plane, a 5-seater, that includes the pilot. I found myself as a passenger in that plane. I was with Peter Odoyo, former MP from Nyakach, Owino Achola, former MP for Migori, the late Raila Odinga. He was then Minister for Energy, and I was Member of Parliament for Rongo. The plane was being flown by a white pilot. I had never been flown in such a small plane. So we flew to Kericho, conducted our fundraising quickly, and decided to fly to Meru. The plane could not take off in Kericho because it was a small plane, and I don't understand the science behind aviation, so we had to ask one of us not to fly with us, and it happened to have been Owino Achola. So the rest of us decided to fly, and we could not fly directly to Mount Kenya because Mount Kenya is quite high. We had to go around it. Now we flew around the mountain and went on and on. It was very turbulent because it was midday. We were hitting troughs and bumps, and it was really scary. So I looked at Raila Odinga and saw him reading something. He was not worried about turbulence. I saw Odoyo panicking and sweating. He was using a handkerchief trying to clear his sweat. And the usual Pindranya Kwarjamoko, who pretends to be very courageous, was very anxious. I was holding something in the plane. There's something you hold to stabilize yourself. I noticed that I had held it so tight until my hand was blistered and it was about to bleed out of panic. When we went to Meru, we could not identify the airstrip that we needed to land on. So we kept on flying over Meru towards Isiolo until we decided that we should land in some national reserve that had been abandoned. We landed there and tried using mobiles those days. It was very rare to have a mobile and proper network. We couldn't get connected. So we left again. There was an abandoned hotel. I think that I later discovered was Meru Miluka Lodge. We walked towards it to find somewhere we could release our stresses and get a short call. Tukaona chui melala juu ya hiyo kitu, an abandoned place, a leopard. Then we went back to our plane. We took off. On our way, as we were flying back, in the same fear and hunger, the pilot told us that the plane did not have enough fuel in the air. So I was seated behind Raila. I looked at him. He didn't say anything. He kept on reading what he was reading. Odoyo now said, sasa tumeisha. Na mimi nikasema Pindra is gone. So we flew back, and this pilot decided and said, let us find somewhere to land. We flew towards Masinga and found an abandoned road next to Masinga Dam. There were people herding some goats and cows. We flew low and scared them a little, then we landed there. That day we went to the canteen around there and we found mukate, buffalo, and pilsner. Out of the thirst and anxiety, we took pilsner na hiyo mukate. Hata baba alijaribu hiyo. Kila mtu, we were so hungry. This pilot again went aside, called. So two planes came, one with fuel and another to take us back to Nairobi. When we landed in Wilson, kila mtu alipotea, hata kwa heri hakuna. Now the moral of the story is this one. When you want to succeed, you must act powerful and strong. And I want to tell you, I looked at Baba and I saw his courage and I didn't know what he was made of. But he told me the same thing you were preaching here, that if he had panicked, all of us would have panicked. So I think Baba's leadership and his strength is what kept us going. So I listened to you here telling these beautiful ladies that if you want to know your worth, believe it. Baba was a person of courage, and he acted it throughout, even when it was difficult. That is what I wanted to share with you. If you want your value to go up, put it in your mind, believe that you are the most valuable person, and any person who sees you will believe that you are of that value. Baba had that courage, and all of us who were with him, we believed that he was immortal, that he could not come to any harm, and we miss it a lot. So that is why I remembered that story. My fellow honorary women, let us act our value. Let us believe that we are of the best value. Let us believe that we are queens and princesses, and then the people who look up to us will treat us as queens and princesses. Thank you very much. Allow me to invite the chair of ODM party, and who is also my neighbor and my colleague, Karibu Governor Wanga.
Thank you, Governor, and please let us be seated. Bwana asifiwe. Kina mama